Welcome to Arms Solutions. Today we're taking a look at another Rock River Arms rifle. Rock River Arms has made some very nice high-quality rifles over the years, and they started to do some more with the 308s. And again, me being an AR-10 fan, I figured I want to take a look at one of their newest 308s. So I was able to give them a call and have them loan me one of their LAR-BT3s. It's a 16-inch rifle with an MSRP of $1,655. Now, this particular one here is a 16-inch barrel. They do make them in different length barrels as well. It's a basic rifle. You have a full free-floated barrel. You do have a match grade type barrel on here as well. It's a stainless steel barrel. So I guess we're going to jump right into it from butt to muzzle. So looking at the stock we have here, it's a Rock River Arms stock. It's a 6-position operator car stock, they call it. You have a 6-position receiver extension. Now, taking a look at the receiver extension, you do have a standard mil spec. The low receiver is made from a billet 775 T6. Looking at the pistol grip we have here, we have a Hogue grip on here, a Rock River Arm 2-stage trigger, and we also used an SR25 type magazine. This particular one did come with a PMag. It's a mil-spec safety, mil-spec bolt catch. It's all basically what you'd be used to with any standard type AR-15. Now, taking a look at the inside, we'll take a look at the buffer system and see which one they used as well. Now, the upper receiver is billet as well. We do have a forward assist. We have a fire cartridge case deflector. And we have, of course, the ejection port dust cover. Now, the handguard we have here is a 13-inch free float. As you can see, this is M-LOK. You have continuous 1913 rail on the top, and we have a 4-position M-LOK on the bottom. Now, taking a look on here, we do have the Manta rail protectors for the M-LOK. Again, I've used Manta rails for, probably at least the last 15 years or so. And I believe them to be the best rail protectors there are, because they're not just rail protectors, these actually protect your hands. You can have this handguard at over 100, 150 degrees, and this is not going to exceed 70 degrees. It's an incredible material. We do have a code with Manta, BAR20. You can get 20% off of any Manta product. They also manufacture ones for 1913 rails as well as suppressor sleeves and such. So I go over to Manta, their website, and see what they got there. They got a lot of neat things. Now, again, looking at this barrel, 16-inch floated stainless steel barrel. It's a heavy barrel. 1 10-inch twist, 6 right. It is cryogenically treated, which means they basically take the barrel, they deep freeze it, and it assists in the integrity of the barrel. It makes the barrels, the molecules in it. I'm not really a metal guy, but it stress relieves it basically using cryogenic treating. And also, it has a mid-length gas system on it as well. As many of you know, I'm a big proponent of the mid-length gas system. It gives that cartridge case a little more time to contract down to make easier extraction. We do have a standard muzzle brake on here, but we do have a 5/8 by 24, so this can be suppressed. We didn't really choose to suppress this one. There wasn't much of a need to on this one for what we were doing with it. So we're going to take a look at the inside. We're going to take a look at the bolt carrier group. Now, I do have to say the bolt carrier group was my only point of that I didn't like. And the reason why I didn't care for it was one of the things that Rock River Arms was known for was using chrome. Chrome plate in their bolt carrier groups. And I absolutely love chrome. So when I got the rifle, I was expecting to have a chrome-plated bolt carrier, which I didn't. They went more for a nickel boron type. You know what? To each his own. I just prefer chrome. This company was really known for using chrome, but they went to the nickel, so be it. But you have a standard bolt carrier grouping here. Nothing out of the ordinary with it. Now, taking a look at the lower receiver, I want to put some looks into the buffer system. First off, we can see by the shape of this, they go with the DPMS pattern. And looking at the buffer, you have the commercial type buffer. Now, what a lot of companies like to do is they want to maintain the parts commonality with the M16 type rifle. So they chose to go with a standard mil-spec receiver extension. In order to use the longer bolt carrier group of the AR-10, they have to go with the shorter buffer. So rather than being an M4 buffer, this is a lot shorter. And also with it being a lot shorter, you can only fit maybe one weight or so in here. So what that means is you're going to get a little bit more recoil. It's going to come back at you with a little bit more recoil. And also, when you go to try to suppress some of these AR-10s, well, when you have this type of a buffer in there, this has a problem with suppressors because you need the extra weight. Most AR-10 type rifles with a suppressor are going to go with an H2, and most of them are an H3 buffer. What that does is it gives you enough mass in there to slow down that bolt carrier on the way back for use with the suppressor. Well, what happens with a shorter buffer like this with a suppressor is you're driving it back too fast, and there's a good chance you're going to get failures to eject because the cartridge case may just not get a chance to get thrown out fast enough. Another way you can cope with that is to put dual ejectors on there to help with that. But generally, when you want to suppress a 308 type rifle, it's my opinion that you want to go with a standard 8-inch with the 8-inch AR-10 receiver extension, which uses a standard M4 buffer, and I would go with an H2 to an H3, and that will help you out with being able to fire these things suppressed. So that's the only negative aspect of this. Is a standard rifle. It's like 100%, but again, suppressed is probably would have given us a little bit of problems. So that's something to keep in mind when you guys want to suppress. If you get a rifle like this, all you got to do is swap out the receiver extension with the 8-inch, get the proper buffer, H2 or H3, and of course the spring that goes with it. Now looking on the inside here, again, this is a DPMS type 2-stage trigger. It was a good trigger. I certainly have no issues with it. Probably about 2.5 to 3 pounds out if I had to guess. And of course, you have their proprietary type safety. This is the same thing that was used on the Colt 4-way, or the Colt Enhanced rifle, which went safe, semi-auto, and burst. So that's identical to what Colt did back then. You can see we have some weight removed from the lower receiver with the way that it's cut up over here. Overall, it's very, very well made. The pistol grip felt very good as well. Now, also looking into the receiver, you do have a plunger in here, which basically is a spring-loaded plunger, which when you close the receivers, it prevents the receivers from rattling. So that's adjustable by taking the pistol grip off. You can adjust how tight you want your receivers. The optic I have on here is my primary arms. It's a 1 to 6 LPVO. This is a very good optic. It's not very expensive, but yeah, I tend to be preferring all of these low power variable optics for these 308s for the distance that I'm shooting. You know, for someone who's shooting below, say, 300 to 400 yards, the 6 power works excellent. But once you get a little bit beyond that, you want to go with something with a little bit more power. You have a lever on your adjustment here for magnification, makes it a little bit easier. Aero precision mount. So then what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the range and we're going to see how this thing shoots. So overall, we probably fired, I would say, about 400 rounds. Most of it was Black Hills, 168 and 175 grain OTM. The best group, as you see from the target, was at 1.3 MOA with the Black Hills 175 grain OTM. Another round that we used quite a bit of was the Norma Tactical. This is a 150 grain full metal jacket, highly reliable. It was an accurate round as well. This was probably around 1.5 inches. Of course, you look at the match grade ammunition, you always get your better accuracy. But the Norma Tactical is probably it's a really good priced and it's a really good quality round. Norma has a very good reputation for making high quality ammunition. They have a tactical line. I'm using a lot of their tactical line ammunition now. Their 9mm, their 223, excellent ammunition, but they also do manufacture some hunting ammunition as well. You can get this ammunition directly from them on their website. And also, as you saw, we use our challenge targets. Again, we love shooting our challenge targets. They make this so much fun. If you're interested in buying any kind of steel targets, take a look at challenge target. With our code SAS, you can get 10% off of any steel target. But again, overall, Rock River Arms, they do a great job. Rock River Arms, if you're listening, go back to Chrome. Chrome was really a good trademark for you. You know, Rock River Arms has made some really innovative rifles over the years. Their LAR-47, I own one of those personally, which is a 7.62 by 39. They make excellent 223s. The 308 line has been really good for a long time. They have just a proprietary magazine. Now that they're going back to the standard SR25 type magazines is excellent. These are a better magazine than some of their original magazines. But overall, this was a punchy rifle. It's a heavy recoil due to the fact that it is lightweight, and due to the fact it does have that buffer in there, so you get a little bit more extra weight when you use these commercial buffers versus the standard 8-inch ones that you'd find on an AR-10. But overall, if you're looking for a good rifle for medium range shooting, and you want a reliable rifle, the Rock River Arms LAR-BT 60-inch is an excellent rifle. So I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please click like, please subscribe, and even better, share. Thank you.